Yo, what's up, everybody? We got ourselves a Volkswagen Jetta.
Got some codes. 17950, 17579, blah 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 blah. You can read the screen.
Cool. Let's get down to business. There's a few tools you're gonna need. Alright. So just because you're getting a throttle body code doesn't mean it's necessarily a throttle body. Could be like some 5-volt reference stuff, pedal position sensor, whatever. Online, I found the wiring breakdown for it somewhere free. It took me about 5-10 minutes to find it online on what wires to test, and determine that the throttle body was the issue. You're gonna need one of these sockets. It's a special Volkswagen socket. Volkswagen, Audi, you know, stuff like that, German stuff. You'll see this 12-pointed little guy. Need one of them. I'm not sure what size this is. I got a whole set of them. I've used them throughout the years. They go into these 12-point bolts there. All right, another thing you're gonna need. When you replace your throttle body, and I'll explain some other stuff as I go, you're supposed to reprogram it. You need a fancy schmancy scanner like I got over there, so you can reprogram it. If you just slap a new throttle body on, it might work, it might not. Might have to take it down to a garage to have them program it. And it's super simple. Like, a dealership will charge you like $100 or whatever. Takes me like 2 minutes on my scanner. So, yeah. Once I get down to the wiring harness down here, I'll explain what I did to test it, and that won't take long at all. We've got our channel locks, pliers, or whatever. We're gonna take these clamps off, get this black air intake out of the way, take these wiring harness clips off. And I hate these clips with a passion. After they get old, they don't work. You're supposed to be able to squeeze and pull it off. And this one actually still works. If you look in it, you press back and this little guy moves back. A lot of these clips, after they get old, you got to get a skinny screwdriver in the underside of that to pop that up. That's why I got my skinny curved, really tiny screwdriver here. That's what I use for those. That one came off, cool. All right, I'm gonna take everything I need to take off. These two clamps with my pliers, and get this out of the way. Take off the vacuum hoses. Make sure you keep track of where they all went. Don't mix nothing up. And then I'll start filming again. All right, here we go. Got that out of the way. Got our vacuum line off up here. Coolant line right there. It'll squirt out a little bit. You won't lose much. I kind of hung it up high there so it doesn't keep draining. We got one more line right here. Coolant line. Goes to your reservoir. Easier to take off once you unbolt this. Alright, so besides the special socket that you need to take the throttle body off and the scanner to reprogram it, the other special tool you're going to need, multimeter. Alright, we got an alligator clip. I love alligator clips. This will actually pierce a wire. You can get these at Radio Shack or all over the place. I think Myers even has them. Auto parts stores. They'll actually pierce a wire if you put it on those teeth, so you can get a good reading. You clip this right on your wire, clip the other side, the alligator clip. You can get just the clips and then attach wire to them, make them as long or short as you want. Attach the other side to your multimeter pin and put it on DC volts. And I can't remember, this was last week when I checked this out for a buddy. And let me see what I got here. It's all numbered. If you look at that, 531. I think the 3 is the 5-volt reference. The 5 is the ground. Now, don't take my word for it. You're gonna need the internet. That's the other special tool you need. Because I found it, like I said, it took about 5 minutes. Just looking up the year and whatnot. There we go. I think it's number 4. Number 4 and number 2, I think, are the throttle position sensor 1 and sensor 2. Now, if you add up the totals between the two, they should equal 5 volts. Like 1 resting at idle might be at like 0.5 volts, you know, not hitting the gas pedal, and the other one will be at 4.5 volts. So you can have somebody hit the gas pedal slowly for you, press it down with the key on, and the volts should change. Like if one's at 2.5, the other one's going to be at 2.5 because it equals 5 volts. As you press the gas pedal down, one rises and one lowers in voltage, and that's how you see. Now if they're not changing, then your throttle body's bad. I believe that's what it was when I went through the troubleshooting for this one. I don't work on a lot of Volkswagens. I do here and there. So I just went to the internet to find the troubleshooting. Now we're going to change the throttle body. So I'm going to take these 4 bolts out. Boom, 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 boom. And then after this is loose, then I'm going to take this other coolant line off where it's more accessible to get to the clip. And we're going to clean it up nice and good. Make sure you buy a gasket. Now on to throttle bodies, quality, brands. Here's a gasket for it, bada boom. My buddy gave me a Ultra Power off Rock Auto for like 70 some bucks. I looked it up at the parts store. These throttle bodies are like 400 bucks from the parts store, even more from the dealership. And using the off-brand throttle bodies has caused problems for people. But we're gonna slap this bad boy on. That's what he gave me. Program it, and hopefully he is back to riding good again and not chugging. All right. So you should go with dealership part, OEM part, Volkswagen, high quality throttle body. He went cheapo, and I hope he doesn't have any problems because of it. All right, we got our new throttle body on there. Haven't tightened the bolts up yet. I like to put 2 bolts through with the gasket and line them both up, and then before you tighten those up, line up the other 2 bolts. So the gasket's just hanging on the back of these bolts, and then press the throttle body forward, line her up, start threading the bolts. This gasket does not need any RTV or anything. I got my one hose hooked back up. That one's hooked up, but I gotta put the clamp on. Gotta hook this guy up, put the clamp on, tighten those bolts down. They're not torqued down that hard. Don't stamp them off in there, but get them nice and snug. No RTV needed on that gasket. The old gasket just peeled right off of there with very little debris. I just hit it with my brass wire brush real quick to clean it up. Put a little brake cleaner on a rag and wiped it down so there's no oil or anything. And yeah, that brake cleaner evaporates real fast, and put your throttle body on. Now I'm gonna put everything back together. Pretty self-explanatory. Put the wiring harnesses back on the air intake tube, and then we'll move on to the program. Here I am on my scan tool. It says no fault codes detected after I cleared those codes. You saw the codes at the beginning of the video. I went to clear, said no fault codes detected, which is great because when I would clear them before with the old throttle body, the 2 throttle body codes would stay. So that's a beautiful sign. I like it. Now we've got to hit her with the old programmer, right? So on this MaxiSys MS906TS, we are going to go to control unit. Is it control unit? No, I think I go back further. I need to go to hot function. Hot function. And adapt throttle body. There you go. There's all the rules. And I'm just going to go through and do the old programmer-oo. So I'm already super confident in my diagnosis, testing the wires through the troubleshooting, that we fixed the problem here because the code is not popping up immediately like it was before. And yeah, no more trouble codes. So I'm going to hit this. Please follow instructions. Supersede is what the scanner says. Channel 60 for most auto adaptation. Channel 9801, blah, blah, blah. Adapting throttle valve control unit now. And yeah, we should be good to go. That's how she's done. Thanks for watching.